Hey there, guys, and welcome. It's been a while since we've done another interview, but we're doing new things in the studio. We're going to be producing more content. But today we're bringing out a very special interview. I've actually got someone who's very unique in my mind. I recently got his new book. It's quite so far. I'm not going to spoil it for you. I've read about 3 chapters of it so far. I'm a bit of a slow reader, but I like slow reading because you learn more from it instead of just rushing through it. So, Sifiso, why don't you... Who is Sifiso, and where did the journey actually really begin for you?
Yeah. So, Sifiso, again, nothing special, right? A typical South African growing up in a semi-rural area and finding myself in high opportunity areas. And yeah, did the usual, go to school, do a 9-to-5 job. And I guess at some point you realize that you probably have more to offer. And I guess that's what I've transitioned to since 2020, where I'm doing investments, I'm doing consulting, writing, and philanthropy.
Okay. The reason why I asked that, because I originally wanted to give you like this whole massive introduction that I usually do, but the problem I faced was trying to find information for you online. I only found a couple things, one about your book, about pretty much your investment stuff, but other than that, not that much about you.
Yeah.
So would you say that you're more of like a newcomer to like the investment street or to the book street, or what would you say?
Definitely very new when it comes to writing. This is my first book.
For a first book, it's well done.
This year. And then, look, I don't do that much social media. I think I'm more actively involved day to day, working with people, boardrooms, etc. So that's probably why.
In all fairness, I feel like social media is a bit overrated in my own opinion. So the thing I want to know is, so you do talk about David Goggins a lot about not a lot about your book, in the quote that I saw.
Yeah.
And I find him inspirational, especially the gym where he's like, you don't know me, son, who's going to carry the boats and the logs. So my question is to you is, do you see yourself as the next David Goggins, inspiring others, or do you just look up to him?
If I'm going to inspire people to change, I have to be that change, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons. The big hashtag on the book and my story is around be that change. And that's what really I see David Goggins representing, right? His entire life, he represents someone who says, difficulty is everywhere. I've experienced it,
when you look at the story,
I'm not going to use it as baggage. I'm going to use it as fuel to actually change my life. And I feel that's the mindset that we need in South Africa, which is we can be the change that we want, right?
Definitely, yeah.
And for me, I think David Goggins represents it so well. If you look at his story and you look at the difficulties that he went through.
I was just about to touch on that, yeah.
Abusive father, etc., etc.
Him being obese and then losing all the weight.
Also, him creating a victim of himself, ending up being obese and all of these things, but realizing that the only way he can change his life is getting up and doing the hard work.
Yeah.
And that's what I really think the youth in this country, or South Africa in general, we could do, right? Just to wake up and tell ourselves different stories.
So I do agree with that part, that you have to wake up and you have to make the change on your own and you have to put in the hard work, but for some people it's not as easy to do so because of the resources. So
it's never easy.
Yeah. So would you say that's part of the victim mentality, or is that just part of the problem that they're facing?
I think it's much more complex than that, right? Remember one thing, if you find yourself as a victim, you've got an answer to everything.
Yeah.
And again, that's why I emphasize what stories are we telling ourselves. Because a large part of the difficulties we find in this country, youth unemployment and all of these things, much of it is also amplified by the stories that you hear around us, right? From youth being politicized, around there's no jobs, if you're black, it's difficult in this country, etc., etc. I think we need to start being honest in that the economy is difficult.
No, it is,
black or white. And yes, some people may have better opportunities, but you cannot, honestly, be in a country where you've got free education, you can access public health for free and all of these things, and say, I'm going to overlook all of this and just see everything as negative and bad.
Yeah.
There is so much opportunity. Look at EPF. As an organization, you are saying, I'm going to find that next youth out there.
Of course, yeah.
And I'm going to bring them into a high opportunity area and network with highly intellectual people who can give them experiences and make change.
Oh,
now,
definitely.
Why is the next young chap out there not motivating themselves in that way? Or at least, why are we not finding spaces in our local communities where we can have such infrastructure?
And I think in your book, you do touch that on later in the chapters. I haven't gone there yet, I don't want to spoil it for anyone, nor do I want you to spoil it for me. So for the audience out there, where can they firstly find you to get in contact with you, and where can they buy your book? And I know it's probably going to be a biased opinion or a biased answer from you, but do you think it's one of the books you can read, leave it for a week, and then come back to reading it again?
I find myself rereading this book over and over. I'm not sure if it's my own biases, but honestly, I feel that the content, the way it's positioned and structured, I mean, if you are an employee out there who's struggling with your job, you feel you've reached a ceiling, you want something different, you know, this is the book for you. Because I come from that background myself. If you are a youngster out there, you know, you feel like you're not getting opportunities and you're looking for something to inspire you, but not just inspire, but also give you some ingredients on the things that you can possibly explore, you know, this is the book for you. So I think ultimately, this book really tells a story of someone that has gone through, you know, a lot of difficulties, having grown up in, you know, difficult environment, growing up in the semi-rural area, you know, migrating into Joburg, you know, getting education, struggling through the whole corporate career model, you know, having my own doubts, you know, being created by the
I mean, everyone has doubts now and then.
Institutional racism and all of these things, you know, getting into a boardroom, you know, first seeing your color rather than seeing yourself as relevant for those things. Right? So if you find yourself in those spaces and you really want change, this is the book for you. So in terms of access, if you go to be that change one word.online, there's a host of information in there on how you can get the book from all the digital channels. But also we've got Take a Lot print on demand if you want a physical copy. We actually, for people that are in Gauteng, we still have some signed copies available. If you know, they can get hold of me through the same website, be that change.online. Then we are launching officially on the 29th of September. We're still finalizing the details, but the idea would be post that launch. We've been working very hard with distribution channels to actually get the books into the stores, like your typical
like exclusive books and stuff,
etc., etc. So that's the goal. But again, I mean, we are digital nomads now, so
of course,
I really expect, you know, young people just jump online, be that change.online, and get yourself a copy.
That's great to hear. And before we head off, I just have to ask you one final question. I know, like, I shared the questions you last night, but this one I have not shared with you. What would you describe the ideal South Africa in your mind?
For me, I picture a South Africa where we acknowledge the various opportunities that currently exist. The fact that we've got so many problems should actually excite us enough to really wake up, get ourselves educated, and, you know, get to work. I really picture a South Africa where I've got youngsters who are not spending countless hours on the internet doing TikTok and all of these things, but realizing that the same YouTube that is available to everybody can be used for education, right? I mean, I really hope we can see more youth, you know, being inspired on their own to actually go out and grab the opportunities that are available rather than, you know, crying for jobs and all of this stuff. Because let's be realistic, right? As we close, that even the jobs that we have today, I mean, if I look at the jobs that seemed interesting and sexy when I went to university, are completely wiped off the market today,
they are,
right? So even the jobs that people could be earmarking, you know, today as like a future career, those things will be gone. I mean, like, digital disruption is real. So I really picture a South Africa also that realizes that where we are right now in terms of 4IR and digital disruption, we really have an opportunity to leapfrog the rest of the world, right? It actually gives us even a much bigger benefit where we find ourselves geographically in terms of being a global, you know, outsourcing country. So really, my summary is there's a lot of opportunity. I really see a thriving, productive South Africa that is contributing positively to the world and not just importing skills from.
Of course, yeah. Well, Sifiso, thank you so much for coming on to the interview and to the interview podcast, I guess I get to call it. And thank you guys for watching so much. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and comment. We are going to be bringing, like I said in the beginning, new videos and new stuff to actually educate you guys on what we do here more and what we do in the studio. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you so much for coming on. It was really a pleasure.
Whatever we can do to change the mindset.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thanks.